Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Retro Select, a series of quick looks at retro games I feel like playing. Today's game is Tyrion for PC. This was a 1995 release from Epic MegaGames developed by Eclipse Software, and it has its roots in a demonstration of a scrolling background routine developed by programmer Jason Emery. Now, Emery and his friend Alexander Brandon, who would also go on to compose some of the music for Tyrion, submitted their initial demo to both Epic MegaGames and Apogee, who were two of the big shareware publishers at the time, and they described their response as mildly interested but not overly excited. But a little while later, after Emery and Brandon had continued working on their project, Robert Allen from Safari Software contacted the pair of them and believed that it would fit well with the company's sort of smaller scale projects that they like to release. And Allen had also heard from Epic's Cliff Basinski that the early version of Tyrion bore a very positive resemblance to Compile's classic shooter Zanak as well. So obviously he wanted to take a look at that and see if the PC could have an equivalent to such a sort of beloved shoot 'em up. So from here on, development continued, and the team working on the game gradually expanded to 11 people in total, as sound designers and artists got involved with it as well. And eventually the game was looking so good that Tim Sweeney from Epic decided that the game should be published as a full-scale Epic MegaGames product. So it was a real sort of success story, rags to riches as it were. Tyrion was originally released as shareware in 1995, then it was re-released in 1999 as Tyrion 2000 with an extra 5th episode, new ships and bug fixes. This was quite a common practice for shareware games at the time. It happened with Doom and various other things as well. There was also a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy Advance version planned, but they were cancelled. And these versions were eventually released to the public in 2007 as freeware by the developer of them, World Tree Games, so we'll have to have a look at those at some point. Tyrion 2000 became freeware in 2004, and it can thus be downloaded for free from GOG.com and various other places right now. And I recommend you do, because it's a really, really good game. But don't take my word for it, let's go play it. Let's go play Tyrion.
Okay, here we are with Tyrion, or more specifically Tyrion 2000, which was released a little bit later than the original version. It has an extra episode and a bunch of bug fixes and stuff. And as I say, this is now freeware, so you can now nab a copy of this for yourself from all sorts of places now. So several different ways you can play this. You've got the full game, which has a storyline and ship customization and stuff. There's an arcade mode, which strips out all of the sort of storyline bits and pieces and just lets you play through a linear sequence of levels. One player time battle, which is exactly what it sounds like, and two player arcade, which is also exactly what it sounds like. We're going to play a bit of the full game today, and we're going to start with episode 1, which was the original shareware version. 3 difficulty levels to begin with. There are also some unlockable difficulty levels as well, but we'll just go with normal for now. Right, so you begin your quest like this. So you have these data bits that you can scroll through here. After gathering all the available data, I think I found the safest course into Tyrion orbit from my landing platform. After heading due west out of the Fortune mines, you should come in contact with the floating battle platforms. Watch for the auto-targeting plasma turrets and especially the construction claws. Whoever designed these platforms sure counted on spies and infiltrators, as they're loaded with small squadrons of surface attack drones as well. I think these platforms are filled with gravitic ore, which should explain why they're floating. No wonder Microsoft wants to mine them so badly. Let's hope I don't get intercepted before I reach orbit. So some of this stuff that you read is from the perspective of your character. I think that is one of those. Some of them is from people who are giving you information. So, for example, this is a message from Trent, Trent's parents. Trent is the main character. Glad to hear you're doing so well on Tyrion, son. Papa, so proud of you. Oh yes, how's your Hazudra friend? He seems nice. You have to bring him home this Fokar cycle for dinner and a holo snack. You're going to come back this Fokar cycle, aren't you, son? You still have your room made up just like when you left. Papa wants me to tell you he finally has a job with Microsoft. It seems they're interested in charting the Sty 5 sector where you're working. I always told you Papa was the best holochart deployer on Savara. Finally, I think we're going to move out of this old home. Papa got a huge payment from his new P-scouting job, and we can afford to do some things we've always wanted to do. Oh, Papa says we have to go to the final interview now. Seems they want us to visit the local branch office for a welcoming party. All I love. Yeah, and then you've got the sort of like, there's loads of lore in this game. If you care to explore all these data cubes and stuff. There is so much stuff to read through if you want to. This is sort of the unique thing about the full game, as it were. Right, what we do then, we've got 10,000 credits, which we can use to upgrade our ship a bit if we want. So at the moment, we've only got this type of ship to choose from. What we can do is we can do some stuff with the weapons, though. So we've got all these weapons we can choose from here. So you can see their effects down at the side, like this. And what you can then do is you can adjust the power level of them, which you'll see will cost you a certain amount of your credits. And you'll also see the effect it has on your ship's energy bar as well. So there, for example, we can see that as you increase the multi-cannon, that sort of increases the spread of the shots. Now that funny noise we got there, I think that's the joystick being uncalibrated. So if you just bear with me a moment. Let me just calibrate that to keep it quiet. Yeah, so this does support gamepads, but to be honest, I've always preferred playing this with either the keyboard or the mouse. So we're going to play with mouse today. Right, let's buff up the value of that a little bit. Let's add some rear gun as well. Not a huge fan of that one. Do like the sonic wave though, because you can switch out between different modes. Oh, you can with this one as well, actually. That might actually not be a terrible idea to have that one then. Yes, you can either fire diagonally or straight out to the side like that. Okay, let's have one of those. Left side kick. So that's some supporting shots there. Okay, let's have one of them. And right side kick. And another one of them for a bit of extra firepower. Right, just going to remind myself of the mouse controls. Left button fire main weapons, button 2 fire both side kicks, and button 3 change the rear weapon. Okay, we are good to go. So let us begin on Tyrion.
Good luck.
So from here we have fairly classic style vertically scrolling shooter, in which you blast things, enemies drop money that can then be spent on further power-ups in subsequent levels. Right, one thing you will notice is that yellow bar over on the right. That is your ship's energy level. And basically, the more weapons and shields and that sort of thing that you have on the go at once, the more energy it takes up. So running out of energy doesn't sort of kill you or anything like that, but it does mean that stuff like your shield regenerating doesn't happen. So you sort of have to counterbalance having...
Data acquired.
You have to counterbalance having some good weapons with your ship being able to handle all of those weapons. And what you can do eventually is that you can upgrade your ship's reactor, which means that it has more energy available to it. This might not be a terrible idea. We have found an exit to the secret level as well, which is nice. So yeah, I've always been very, very fond of this game. There were some quite good shoot 'em ups on PC, but much like much like shoot 'em ups we've seen on the Atari ST, which you may have seen a few on the Atari ST A to Z series. So the most recent one we've looked at on there is Crossout, for example. What was considered to be a good shoot 'em up on home computers wasn't necessarily up to the standard of what was happening on consoles at the time. And although there's certain aspects of Tyrion I think could be a little bit better, like the scrolling could be a little bit smoother is the main thing. I do think this is a very solid shoot 'em up, and it feels distinctly like a PC game as well, which I think is one of its attractive things. So all the ship customization and the plot and that side of things, it makes it feel distinctively like a PC game rather than something that is trying too hard to be a console game.
Cleared enemy platform. Warning, spikes ahead.
I do like the mouse controls in this. They're nicely precise. And this is neither a bullet hell game nor one where a single hit will kill you. But it's still nice to have that accuracy and that sense of confidence that you're always going to be completely in control. Boss time.
Large enemy approaching.
Should be pretty easy with our current loadout. So a big draw of this game for a lot of people back in the day was the music, which, if I remember rightly, they wrote their own sort of music engine for this. I'm not sure offhand exactly what that entails, but I do know that sort of the reason the music in this is so good is because that they made such an effort with making it a big part of the experience. So there we go, 76% destruction, 3 cubes collected, and on to the secret level. Local Emporium Dataflux, come on down and pick up a USP shuttle at Hanks U Shuttle and Holotractor Emporium. Use new Uncorporated Systems personnel shuttle to deliver unparalleled speed and versatility, allowing the most dangerous and unskilled pilots to maneuver with ease. You may also mount conventional weapons to discourage asteroids from striking your hull. The USP Talon provides you with 1 full inch of arm plating and a generous full-size generator and engine area. With both forward and rear mounting systems and 2 cargo bays, it's just like a real Microsoft fighter. Specially designed for speed and maneuverability, gives you an unparalleled 3G-based thrust addition. All this for only 6,000 credits. The USP Perrin has all the specifications of the Talon, but with Mark 7 air conditioning and a P3 stabilizer for added comfort in the blackness of space. Also keep a lookout for its stylish drink holder and holosnack bar. Right, let's see what we can do about upgrades. We've got 6,535. Let's see if we can bump up the generator a bit. We can. So you see at the moment, continually firing our weapons is draining our energy. So if we upgrade to this weapon here, this generator here rather, you'll see that energy will gradually come back over time. So what we got there, I think this is probably a good investment. So let's take that. Anything we can do with our shield as well? Let's bump that up to that level as well. And with the shield we're still keeping our energy levels high, which is good. Alright, so let's proceed to the next level. We're going to Unknown now, which is the secret level.
Good luck. Data acquired.
Now, if I remember rightly, this level is ridiculously difficult, so I'm glad we're quite heavily armed. good explosions in this game, which is important for a shoot 'em up. Very important. Ah! So many enemies. Get out of here. Oh, taking some damage. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Oh dear me. So you get game over, you just get sent back to where you were before, so you don't have to start all over again, which is nice. Let's have another go at that, shall we? Energy charge up a bit.
Data acquired. Data acquired.
So we need to make a real effort to let the shield charge up if we take damage. So forget collecting coins or anything like that. We just need to not die. Switch those over to shooting sideways for the minute. Charge up, damn it! Ah, so many bullets! Oh, damn it! Yeah, this is really hard. And you don't seem to be able to skip this secret level if you've inadvertently unlocked it. Which is potentially a problem, but, well.
Data acquired.
We will just deal with that as we come to it.
Data acquired.
We have enough reactor power to be constantly firing, so let's just be super careful. Need to not panic when all these hordes of enemies start appearing. Take out the ones which are most dangerous, which are the ones who are shooting bullets at us. Which are these sort of shield-shaped things, I think.
Data acquired.
Yeah, okay, we're doing alright. Just stay calm, stay calm. Stay calm. Stay very calm. Let the shield regenerate. Stay calm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm dead. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me. Right. I'm going to change up what we've got going on here, I think. Oh, we've got a different selection of things going on here. That is something. I think we want something with a bit more spread to it. That's not more spread, is it? That's also a massive drain on energy. Okay, we'll stick with the pulse cannon for now. Is that helpful? That might be helpful. Oh, that definitely looks like it might be helpful. Okay, we'll give that a go. Can't afford any of those right now. Well, that ship has a bit more armour. Okay, we'll upgrade to that. It looks the same, but it's got more armour, which I guess is what we need for right now. So, let's try again.
Good luck. Data acquired.
And hopefully these whirly things will take out a few things before they get too close.
Data acquired.
They don't cancel bullets, but they do let us sort of quasi-ram things. Which is good. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling quite good about this. Just need to get through those sort of intense swarms is the difficult bit in this one. But we're doing alright for both shield and armour at the moment. This was the tricky bit before. But the whirly things are definitely helping. Let the shield regenerate. Oh no, taking damage! Taking damage!
Data acquired.
Okay, we made it further than we ever have before. And we're not dead. This is promising. Oh, I don't like that dude showing up. Because you don't have time to kill him. Don't you fire missiles at me. This is an absurd secret level. Considering this is the second level that you reach in the game. Oh, hello. Progress. Oh, I've done it.
Completed.
I've done it. Whew. That was quite the thing, wasn't it? Right, continue. What have we got? Data. Transmission source, Stefan Thomas. Well, well, Trent, it seems you made yourself quite popular in the Tyrian sector. Things are still quite calm here on Ganymede, and Microsoft is hardly a threat to war at the moment. But they seem to be giving you trouble, and I don't appreciate people bothering my friends. If you can make it to planet Torm, circling the capital planet of Remus, I will send Dugan to provide you with additional supplies. With regret, I cannot send any HARs to assist since your fight is with starships and not robots. Good luck, Trent. If you can, drop by Ganymede and we'll go a few rounds. I sincerely hope your skills with the Nova 3 haven't waned. Computer translation of feline language follows. It is necessary that you feed me. I have been stuck here in this house so long that I decided to meow into this idiotic computer in the hope that you get the idea. There are not enough chewy treats being placed into my bowl and the gravy is too thin. Meow. Pib. Drool. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toads did wamble onto the interstellar house of gruel. Yes, friends, it's all happening here in our gruel. I'm Jacob Ritwit, head of gruel research at ICBG. I can't believe it's gruel. We have worked long hours protecting the greatest gruel recipe ever. Some of your ancestors may have walked in primitive huts, sampling this nutritious snack, and now you can continue the tradition with Auntie Boglog's swill dilly bluger bars. We've taken the same great taste and tantalizing aroma and crammed it into these little bars. Disgusting cartoon of gnomes singing and swimming around in a stump filled with gruel. Slop it here, squish it there, it's all a lump of gruel. We'd like to eat this tasty snack, and soon you will too. Because we're the gnomes of Cackleberry who make this tasty gruel. It's filling, nutritious, and hangs well on the wall. We call it Swill Diddly Bluger Spars, tasty with a heart. Swill Diddly Bluger Spars, sealed in with a... Fantastic. I love this game. Right. What do we got? Is it worth upgrading to a multi-cannon, I wonder? I'm kind of inclined to think no. Let's just bump up the power of our pulse cannon a bit. Because I do like the pulse cannon. We've got the best shield available at the moment. Got the best generator available at the moment. And I like those satellites. I like those satellites. So let's stick with those for the minute. And let's continue through either Asteroid 1 or Asteroid 2. Let's go for Asteroid 2, because that seems to be leading towards some planets, and that's where we're supposed to be going, so...
Good luck.
Off we go! Actually, listening to the music, I think what we've going on with their music engine is, I think there's a combination of MIDI and samples happening. Because we are playing this with like wavetable synthesis MIDI at the moment, so I mean that already sounds pretty good for MIDI. But there's just certain sounds in there that just sound more digital than your typical MIDI instruments, if that makes sense. As in, they sound more like what you'd expect to hear coming out of an Amiga. Excuse me. Oh dear. Oh, I've been recording all morning. It is finally hitting my throat. Such is the way of the YouTuber. Yeah, see, listen to that synth lead sound. I'll just stop firing for a minute. But you listen to the synth lead sound there. That sounds very much like a sample rather than a wavetable instrument. Yeah, big fan of these satellite options. Because they just mean you can do a bunch of additional damage just by getting close to stuff. just thinking about it, what we basically got going on with Tyrion here is that a lot of good console shoot-em-ups, they operate very much with a sense of wordless narrative. Oh no, another secret level. Oh no! Yeah, they operate very much with a sense of wordless narrative, and by that I mean sort of the path you take through the levels tells the story without sort of relying on cutscenes or dialogue sequences or anything like that. But what we've got here in Tyrion is a game that is making that narrative a lot more explicit. Again, it's still not using lengthy cutscenes or dialogue sequences, but instead it's making use of all that optional lore.
Level completed.
And I think that's a really interesting approach for a shoot-em-up in particular. Right, what's next? Savara Merchant Transition. Hey Trent, looks like you've got a price on your head now. The guys at level 3 security say Microsoft is after you, and your parents are being investigated. What's going on? Drop by Midway and equip your ship, then we'll see if we can find a good hiding place for you. I owe you after all. We've plenty here for you. Rear sonic cannons, front lasers, medium armor, and the first of our shipment of Microsoft shields. We've also found something interesting. Deep Space Pirate brought a couple of these weird glowing green mechanisms back from the outer reaches of the sector. Seems the whole freighter fleet is out there looking for the Black Nova Stargate. Anyway, this green thing glows and emits a weird ionized field around it, but it's far too weak for a shield. Still, if you're interested, it's yours dirt cheap. Gotta pay you back for that hula lamp. Alright, so what have we got on offer this time? Mega Cannon! What's so mega about this? Dunno. It's pretty big though. So Proton is the spinny things. I think I like that. I think I'm going to upgrade that as well. Okay, that will do. Can get a more powerful reactor if I want to. I don't think I need that at the moment though. So, let's go. Unknown! Again. Oh no. What is happening this time? It's a minefield out there. This doesn't seem so bad. Yet. Oh, I love the spinny weapon. The spinny weapon is so good. Let's try this way. Strawberries! Strawberries worth 350 credits each, apparently. Grapes. Apparently we're in the fruity part of space. What is happening? Why is everything dropping grapes? I've done it! Oh, thank God that wasn't as bad as the other one. No cubes this time. Right. Got a lot of money now. Let's get that better generator. And then let's upgrade some more. That's all I can afford. Alright then. Onward to Savara.
Good luck. Data acquired.
I think the other interesting thing about this game is that compared to your average arcade style shoot 'em up, this is a really long game. Like, this is a game designed to be played over the long term rather than blasted through in 20 minutes. And it has the depth to back that up. With all the ship customization and the buying of parts and new ships and that sort of thing, it has the depth to back up that sort of long duration. And again, the story helps with that. It's not necessarily what you always want from a shoot 'em up, of course. Sometimes you do want that 20-minute experience, but this is a great game for if you want a shoot 'em up that is deliberately designed to last for hours rather than minutes. Look at my wall of death. I love it. Ouch. Oh! Oh, that was unpleasant.
Large enemy.
Now, that red ship I just shot there, when you get low on armor, they actually show up and provide you with armor bonuses. Those are the only way that you can heal mid-level. They don't show up until you're in bad condition. Oh, come on, blow up. Thank you. This thing is pretty beefy. At an advantage now, though, in theory. Have some wall of death. And sneak in there and bat him away with the wall of death. Nice! It is done!
Completed.
58%. Depressing. 2 cubes. Alright, let's do one more level and see how we get on. Data flux upload from Midway. I found the best chance of escape for you, the home of Gen Core Tech Alliance Deliani. Head there and you should be able to find refuge with Transcend Loke, who is the Chancellor. I'm sorry about your parents, Trent. Something tells me you want revenge. But before you go off half-cocked, just listen to this. GenCore is in a fix right now. Since Microsoft is monopolising Tyrion, GenCore is losing power in the council at Remus. The head research fellows at GenCore also believe there is something weird going on concerning the development of Tyrion, and if they could pinpoint it, they'd have grounds for opposition and perhaps even a shutdown of the whole operation. Still, they have no leads, only hypotheses. If you could provide some information for them, GenCore would hopefully help you find the reason for Microsoft's interest in your death. Good luck, Trent. We read you on our VidSpec screens as Trent Hawkins, Terraformation Pilot. I am Trenton Loke, Chancellor of the GenCore Tech Alliance. We need your help, Trent. Microsoft is clearly after you. Deliani is being infiltrated even now by a whole fleet of Microsoft patrol ships. We'll do our best to hold them off until you can reach us. Tyrion's rock formations are gravity controlling, you say, so that would mean that Microsoft is most likely to be using this new power source to build a fleet of incredibly fast warships. Their main goal is to control the sector, as some of our agents have discovered recently. We need you to be on our infiltration team, Trent. Stop that. Joystick deciding to uncalibrate itself again. You're obviously one of the finest pilots in the sector from that maneuvering you just pulled off, so you can fly into Microsoft territory and discover exactly what they intend to do and when. In all your life, you'll never have a better opportunity of serving your sector. Head for Deliani, and Javi, our security chief, will brief you on your first mission. Alright, let's do this. Can't afford any more of them. No more shields. Dual shot option, you say? Well, why not? For one side, we can always outweigh the other side later. Bonus!
Good luck.
It's a Space Invaders level. Or rather, a Galaxian level. You shall not get through my impenetrable wall of weaponry. I am well protected, you see. That is a ridiculous amount of weaponry going on. What a delightful game this is. Grapes!
Level completed.
Beautifully done. 92%, that's more like it. Right, onward. Warning! Trajectory heading intercepts minefield surrounding Deliani. Navigation through minefield necessary to reach Deliani. Unknown magnetic forces detected ahead. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to leave it on that cliffhanger for you. Save, Pete. And then you can discover the rest of this for yourself. And I recommend you do, because 1, it's free, and 2, it's great. So, yeah, enjoy that. So yeah, probably the easiest place to pick this up from these days is GOG.com. You can just download it through a GOG Galaxy or direct from the website, or it's almost certainly in various other places as well if you don't want to get it through them for whatever reason. But yeah, it's a very worthwhile use of your time. One of my favourite shoot 'em ups on PC specifically, and one of my favourite shoot 'em ups generally as well. But you have to be in the right mood for it, because it's a much more substantial experience than most other shoot 'em ups out there. So go in prepared for that sort of thing, prepared to spend your time with this and to revel in the amount of lore and immerse yourself in the world that it's created, and you'll have a great time. So yeah, that is Tyrion 2000. We'll leave that there for today. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.